Hey, welcome back. Is it possible to manifest long hair? In this video, I'm going to be discussing how I grew my hair. So right now, my hair is, so if I'm holding my head steady, so it comes right about mid-back, so right at my bra line. When I was in college, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't grow my hair. And I started doing as much research as I could to try to figure out how can I get my hair longer? How can I make it look healthy? How can I stop it from breaking off? And why won't my hair grow? I ran into something that said everyone has a genetic length of hair. So basically you have a specific length that your hair is essentially destined to grow. It's in your genes. It's what you're capable of. It's the same thing as when it comes to like growing nails or growing eyelashes. Like some people have longer eyelashes than others. Some have shorter eyelashes. Some people's nails grow like crazy. Other people have a hard time growing nails. And that kind of made me a little frustrated. Here's why. When I started looking at photos of myself when I was younger, I noticed that my hair was relatively long. And I remember my mom used to do it and she would like crimp it, and I had all these cute hairstyles. And as I got older, I couldn't figure out why my hair wouldn't grow. And so I want to share with you some of the things that I did in order to grow my hair back to the length that it was when I was younger. Now, if you don't have any pictures of when you were younger, or you don't know what your genetic hair length is, I'm going to tell you what you can do to grow it as long as possible. I don't know what that length is for you, but I know for me, it's right around mid-back. I'm not sure if it could grow longer than this. I actually haven't had it longer than this because the last time it got this long, I got tired of it getting caught in my armpit when I was working out. So I decided to cut it shorter. And now I feel like I want to cut it again, but I think I'm just going to leave it and see how long it can get from here, if it is possible for it to get even longer.
All right, we're going to take a week in the life of my hair as I share tips on how you can grow your hair longer.
All right, I just left CrossFit. I decided to do a week in the life of my hair instead of doing a traditional video of me kind of sitting in front of the camera. So I'm actually going to take you along this week so that you can see how I grew my long hair. Typically what my hair looks like is it is bunned up for the majority of the week. I do CrossFit Monday through Thursday. So it'll look something like this. I will have it in a bun. Then I usually after CrossFit, I just go home and you know, just kind of brush the edges and leave it. I wash my hair once per week because that is what it tolerates and that's what works well for it. Once you figure out what works well for your hair, that's what will allow you to start growing it longer. So that's what works well for me. I'm also going to take you along for the ride because I am going to my stylist. I live in Memphis, but my stylist is in Atlanta, which is where I grew up, and I still get my hair done there. So she is going to be doing a trim for me. I'm headed out of town tomorrow, so I will catch you tomorrow as I head into Atlanta, and I will take you along for the ride when I go get my hair trimmed and see my stylist. Then later on in the week, I will show you what it looks like once I get back in town, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I do it myself versus when my stylist does it. So you'll see all the phases of me getting it professionally done, me having it just bunned up for the week for CrossFit, as well as me doing it myself. So I hope you enjoy this week in the life of my hair, and maybe I should like give it a name. We'll see. So let's get started. Good morning. So now it is time for me to head to go get my hair done. You guys are gonna be able to see that whole process. I gotta go. Still driving safely, but then once we get there, hopefully I'll be able to bring my tripod in, set you guys up so you can see kind of the process and the glow up. So one of the first things that I did was I decided to stop taking chemicals and putting chemicals in my hair. I remember that when my hair was really long, my mom was only pressing our hair using the hot comb. And then she started putting relaxer in when we moved to Georgia because it was so hot and like, you know, I kept sweating my hair out anyway. So she decided to put a relaxer in my hair and my sister's hair as well. And I feel like once that happened, I got so addicted to it. And then as I got older, I lost what my actual natural hair texture is. So I decided, I was about 22 years old, I think, 22 or 23, when I decided that I was no longer going to put relaxers in my hair. I also had stumbled across two YouTubers who you might be familiar with. and they were talking about how long their hair is, how it's natural, and how we have the capability to grow long hair. And I was like, okay, they can do it, and I've seen other people do it, so I know I can do it too. So I decided to stop using relaxer, and that was the very first thing that I did. The next thing that I did, and this is kind of a longer part of the journey because I had to figure out what my hair needed, and I didn't really know. I thought that maybe it needed fat, so I started putting avocado in my hair, and I made a mixture of avocado, olive oil, and mayonnaise, and I would put that mixture in together. And so I started putting that mixture together, and I would put it on my hair as like a pre-poo, or like what I would do right before I shampooed. And when I did that, it actually helped my hair. It made it really, really smooth, but I don't know that it helped it grow that much more. But I was doing it at the very start. And instead of doing a big chop like a lot of people do when they decide to stop doing a relaxer, I actually decided to get sew-ins instead. So I started getting sew-ins, I started wearing weaves, and basically braiding my own hair up to kind of protect it from that growth. Because when you start growing out a relaxer, your natural hair pattern, that curly pattern, and the place where your hair was relaxed, so the straight area, is much easier for it to break. And if you braid your hair or keep it in some sort of protective style, it will prevent it from breaking. And instead of trying to do braids or cutting everything off, I just decided to do weaves or sew-ins instead. It also made it that much easier to keep up with my hair in the summer and when it was hot. When I was working out, I didn't have to worry about trying to mess with it. To be honest, I really didn't know how to manage my natural hair because I had never managed my natural hair before. The last time it was natural without relaxer, my mom was doing it. And when I decided to do it myself, I really had to learn how to take care of my hair. So I started doing those conditioners. I did the avocado conditioner in between getting my hair done. Then after a couple years of doing weaves, I don't know how many years it was, maybe maybe about 2 years, I was doing sew-ins and weaves. It got long enough to where I was able to cut out almost all of the remaining relaxer, and my hair was about chin length. And I remember looking at the picture and thinking, wow, like that's all my hair. And I was so excited to grow that out. All right, so we're done with the trim, cut some bangs in, and now it is time to start the press process. I always enjoy how she does my hair because it always comes out so nice and shiny and bouncy. So we got a whole doodah here. My stylist is old school, uses the Marcel irons, which always helps me to maintain my curls, keep my hair healthy. Because she's a professional, she knows how to use them. Make sure I'm looking at the camera. So. All right, well that is a wrap. I am leaving my stylist's place now. The next thing I'll probably do is show you what it looks like after it falls. So after I get it done, it looks really great. It's got the bounce, like on point, and then obviously I sleep in it and it drops just a little bit, and then I will show you probably after that what it looks like after it's time to like now start working out for the week, and then I'll do it myself, and you can see the difference between how it looks when my stylist does it versus when I do it myself. The next thing that I did was I started eating better. So I made sure to get a lot more water. I started taking in more protein and really focusing on my health. And I didn't necessarily do this just for my hair. I really did it because I started to work out and I was trying to get leaner, and I really wanted to improve my health and my physique. And I noticed that as I started eating healthier, my hair started growing even more. All right, so as you can see, I just put my hair up in a bun, and this is the way that I will wear it throughout the week as I head to CrossFit. It always makes me a little bit sad, but what's more important to me is staying healthy and fit. And there's a mattress on the back of the shot. All right, so we are now day 2 working out, and you probably can see my hair is starting to get a lot more curly, especially after today's class. What I have is, after I get out of class and my hair's pretty sweaty, I don't want it to dry super curly around the edges. So in order to try to protect my edges, not really protect, but to keep my edges smooth just a little bit longer throughout the week, I use these little headbands have them in my car, and what I'll do is right after CrossFit, I make sure to put one on, and then once I get home, I will go in the room and brush my edges down and then use a dry one, because this one is now sweaty because I put it on right after class. So then I'll go in and put a dry one on and then brush my hair back again. Then typically day 3 is when I'll take my hair out of the ponytail and brush it straight again. But today is usually just a brush the edges day. So that is what I'm about to do right now. There we go, so that's all done. Now the reason that I don't like to pull it out of the ponytail right after I get back from CrossFit is I don't want to manipulate it while it's damp, because that is what I've learned that will often break my hair if I try to manipulate it while it's damp or while it's wet. So I actually try to let the air kind of flow through and let it cool a little bit and let it dry out a little bit more. And then I'll end up brushing it and combing it back into the ponytail. Well, you have made it through 4 days of CrossFit, and so has my hair. As you can see, it is sufficiently curled up, and it's wash day. So I'm about to head to the house. Usually I still put a headband on, but it's really not necessary today since I'm about to jump in the shower and wash it. And then it'll be back up in a bun so it can dry overnight. So here we go. Then I started experimenting with different hair care products, and I started trying out everything that people on YouTube were telling you to do. And it's funny because I would go to my stylist and she said, stop listening to people on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now, but she said, stop listening to people on YouTube, because I was doing shampoos with, I was washing my hair with conditioner, and she told me not to do that. As soon as I stopped doing that, my hair continued to grow. But I will say this, everyone's hair is different. And honestly, what worked best for me was figuring out what worked best for my own hair. For me, what works best for my hair is getting it clean, washing it once per week so that I'm not managing and messing with it too often, only putting heat on it once per week, if not less, even less than that. In the summer, when it's really, really hot, I'll maybe put heat on like once every 2 weeks, even if I'm washing my hair once a week. And when I wash my hair, I actually do use a sulfate shampoo because it works best for my hair. So what really made my hair look the best was the leave-in conditioner that I started using. And now I'm addicted to this one brand, and it's the only brand that I use for my leave-in conditioner, unless it's the summer. And then I kind of switch things up in the summer because with the summer months and the heat and the humidity, I need something a little bit different that's going to be a little bit heavier to prevent my hair from curling back up when I don't want it to. So the other thing that I did was I learned my specific hair type, and I learned that I was actually over conditioning my hair. So there's a difference between putting conditioner in your hair and putting protein treatments in your hair. When I was younger, before we had a relaxer, my mom always used to put like an egg mixture on our hair. I don't even remember what it was that she put in there, but it was some sort of egg mixture that she put in our hair that helped it grow so long. And as I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, maybe I need protein treatments. And I always thought that I needed conditioning treatment. So every time I would go to my stylist, I would ask for a deep conditioning treatment. And then I noticed that my hair was not growing as long as it could. When I switched and I decided to start doing protein treatments instead, it was what my hair specifically needed. So I started doing protein treatments, which allowed my hair to stay strong and grow. Everyone's hair is different. So if protein treatments make your hair break or make your hair too hard, then you might need deep conditioning instead. So it's about figuring out what works best for your hair. For me, what I determined that worked best was getting protein treatments. So now I get a protein treatment about once every 6 months. I used to get them about once every 3 months. And then now I pay attention to how much hair I am brushing out, how much hair is coming out when I wash my hair. If I'm washing my hair and I'm getting a lot of hair that's coming out as I scrub, then I'll know that it's about time for a protein treatment, because that means my hair is getting a little bit weaker. However, if I'm only seeing a few strands of hair, and obviously you're going to lose some hair every single day just from shedding. If I'm only seeing a little bit of hair, that means my hair is relatively strong right then, and then I don't really need a protein treatment. So that's kind of how I've been determining whether I need a protein treatment or whether I can just go in when I get my hair done and just get a trim. So the next thing that I did for my hair was I started getting regular trims. As it starts to grow, I keep my hair relatively straight. The reason that I do that is with my hair texture, I don't have curls, I have coils, and it's like kinky. So meaning that it goes one way and then it goes the other way, and then it'll twist a little bit and then it'll go the other way. So my hair easily tangles, it'll tangle around itself. Then all of a sudden I'll find a knot, and then obviously it snaps wherever that knot is. So for me, in order for me to allow my hair to grow, I actually have to wear it straight or wear it in a ponytail or some sort of twist style. I did, okay, so let me tell you about this. It was Black History Month, and I decided that I was going to do a no heat February. I was like, my hair is natural, I'm going completely natural. So let me figure out what styles I can do for my hair when it's wet. And then one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this was because every time I went to like the beach or I went to the pool, I couldn't figure out what to do with my hair. When I went, it would be straight, but then after it got wet, well, now it's wavy or curly or kinky or whatever, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. So I wanted to learn how to do different styles. So for 28 days straight, I did heat-free February, and I did all heat-free styles. And I'll see if I can pull up some pictures so you guys can see some of the different styles that I did. But that was one of the best things that I did because it taught me how to take care of my hair. Now when I go to the beach, I know specifically how to do twist outs and things like that. But that's part of the reason that I wear my hair the way that I do, because I did that 1 month of heat-free February and realized that my hair doesn't like a whole lot of manipulation. So for a lot of the hair YouTubers who are doing their hair and doing different styles, that would break my hair off. I can't keep manipulating my hair. I can't keep messing around in my hair. When I do my hair, I will flat iron it and then I won't touch it. Even putting my hair up at night, I have to make sure that it doesn't get tangled, because if it does, like it'll break, and I don't want it to break. I want to take care of it. And what I've learned that I need to do is it either needs to be straight or it needs to be pulled back into a ponytail, and then with the ponytail, the ends of the ponytail have to be twisted. So it's basically I have to keep it as straight and smooth as possible. Otherwise, it'll tangle around itself and it'll break. And that's part of the reason that I do protein treatments, because it's made my hair a lot stronger where it won't break as often, but I still try to do the things that will prevent it from breaking. So low manipulation, making sure I get enough protein in my diet, and then also doing protein treatments about once every 6 months, trimming my hair, not too often. So I do trims about once every maybe 6 to 9 months to really give my hair an opportunity to grow. I notice that when I take really good care of it and I'm focused on nourishing my hair with the foods that I eat and what I drink, and also paying attention to like the products that I'm putting on my hair, making sure I'm doing a heat protectant when I do my hair. When I focus on that, I don't have to worry about split ends as much. And really that's a function of the fact that I really take good care of my hair and protect it. So when I do my hair and do like a flat iron, I never flat iron dirty hair. If I've sweated out my hair and it needs to be straight again, I'm not gonna flat iron it, because I don't want to press that dirt into my hair, dirt, sweat, salt, whatever it is. I don't want to heat any of that up. Because I only wash my hair once a week, because that's what works best for my hair. Second thing is that I'll only flat iron my hair a maximum of once per week. And the other thing is that I protect my hair with a heat protectant, but I don't put any product on it right before I flat iron it. What I discovered when I'm doing my own hair, and this is not when my stylist does my hair, she has her own process that I have never been able to duplicate, but when I do my own hair, I used to put product on it right before I flat ironed it, and it started to burn my curls out. And now what I do is I put a really good leave-in conditioner on, and once I flat iron it, I can do it without putting additional product on, and it actually protects my curls a lot better because it's not steaming that product into my hair and like heating it up too high. All right, so that's how I've been able to grow my hair. What other questions do you have about growing hair? Have you determined that there's some things that work best for you? Do you have any other questions? Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.